There's the famous belfry, if anyone has seen In Bruges.
If you're not aware, In Bruges is a black comedy starring Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
Coming up.
What's up there?
The view.
The view of what? The view down here? I can see that from down here.
And what a view it was from down here. Still, it would have been nice to see it from up above.
I like it here.
I liked it here too, though the end of my time in Bruges was much less painful than Brendan's. And that was thanks to some useful advice from a conflicted young assassin.
Been to the top of the tower?
Well, you lot ain't going up there.
What exactly are you trying to say?
What exactly am I trying to say? These are a bunch of elephants.
What's all that about? They're not going up there.
Hey, guys, I wouldn't go up there. It's really narrow.
Screw you, mother.
Point taken. I didn't go up there.
Americans, isn't it?
We're on the train, the Eurostar train at Paris Gare du Nord station. Getting ready to leave for Brussels, and then when we get to Brussels, we're going to take the train to Bruges.
This was the first time either of us had traveled by train in Europe, and I have to say, it lived up to the hype. Convenient, quiet, clean, and surprisingly affordable. I paid about $90 total for one adult and one youth ticket from Paris to Brussels to Bruges. Even the Eurostar from London to Paris is reasonably priced, if you book early. Let's just say we're both fans, and we definitely plan to travel by train in Europe again someday.
Alright, we're in Brussels now. We just made it without any unusual events, and so now we're just waiting to take off and go to Bruges.
The train stopped briefly in Ghent on the way to Bruges. We were only there for a moment, but it was enough to make me mark it down as a place to visit.
They seem to like bicycles in Ghent. We got one or two parked too.
When we were planning our London and Paris trip, we decided we wanted to add one more country to the list. I'd done a little research, and Bruges, Belgium, seemed like a solid pick. Historic, walkable, and beautiful architecture. We booked one night's stay, but the moment we arrived, I regretted not budgeting a second.
So here's the view out the window of the hotel. Open it up, take a peek. Look around. The highlight is that way. So we just arrived at our hotel in Bruges, got checked in. It's beautiful. I showed you the view from the window. Now we're gonna go out and grab something to eat, and we're in Belgium, so what better way to start our food tour than with a Belgian waffle?
If you're planning a trip to Bruges, I highly recommend 17 Pant, the guest house where we stayed. Everything you see here is within 50 meters of its front door, including the waffle restaurant that we went to. Anyway, with a delicious waffle in our bellies, we made our way to the Belfry of Bruges, a medieval bell tower rising from the heart of the city. It stands on the Markt, Bruges' main square, and ranks among the city's most iconic landmarks.
This is pretty cool. It's like a giant gingerbread village.
Based on videos I've seen, Bruges looks like a great place to visit during the Christmas holidays.
Front of the Belfry Tower, and then there's a bunch of little shops around over.
We made our way underneath the tower and out the back way, down one of Bruges' many quaint alleys, and headed toward Bruges' famous beer wall. Yet another reason to return to Bruges someday. Bruges is famous for its many canals, and in fact is known as the Venice of the North. Unfortunately, this is one of the things that we just didn't have time to do since we were only there for one day.
So the goal here is to see a sculpture that was created by Michelangelo.
Construction began on the Church of Our Lady in the 13th century and continued through the 15th. It was built during Bruges' golden age as the hub of trade and art, and it reflects the wealth and civic pride of the city's medieval merchant class. Its tower is the tallest structure in Bruges, taller even than the Belfry, and the second tallest brick tower in the world. In addition to providing a place of worship, the Church of Our Lady serves as a kind of living museum, with works of art by artists like Peter Porbus and Jean Gosser, dating from the 14th to 16th centuries. But its most famous treasure is the Madonna and Child sculpture by Michelangelo, carved around 1501 to 1504. It was purchased in 1506 by Philippe Bernard de Muscron, a wealthy Bruges cloth merchant, and donated to the church shortly thereafter, making it one of the few Michelangelo works to leave Italy during his lifetime. You may recognize the Madonna and Child from the film The Monuments Men, which, based on a true story, follows a group of soldiers who recovered stolen art from the Nazis during World War II. This is the chocolate line. Legendary among chocolate lovers, and apparently rock stars too. Mick Jagger once ordered from here, and the owner responded by inventing a chocolate snorting device for his birthday party. Because, of course he did. Wasabi truffles, cocoa lipstick, and just enough indulgence to prove that yes, at the chocolate line, you can get satisfaction. Okay, I recognize that this is turning into a chocolate video, but let me explain. The kid and I read that you have to try hot chocolate while in Bruges, but the chocolate line didn't serve any, so we made our way to Olivier's chocolate shop and bar, and while there, the temptation of more chocolate was too much to resist. I promise you though that we did more than eat chocolate. We also ate the world-famous Belgian fries at Frit Bar. But honestly, I think you need 3 days and 2 nights to fully experience all Bruges has to offer.
Alright, well our one day in Bruges is over, 1 day and night. Now we're on the train waiting to take off to go back to Brussels, where we're going to transfer to the Eurostar to London. Bruges is pretty cool. It would have been nice to have one more day and night there, but that's okay, maybe next time. Anyway, the trip is wrapping up now. Like I said, we're just going back to London. We're going to stay at an hotel near the airport and just relax. We're kind of too tired to go out and do too much more. Plus it's going to be a bit of a grind getting from the train station to the airport. So that's essentially it for the trip. Next stop is London, and then LA. Bye.